Have you ever finished work, closed your laptop, and yet your brain kept working? You're eating dinner, thinking about tomorrow's meeting. You're trying to fall asleep, replaying conversations from work. You wake up in the middle of the night with an idea for a project. Sometimes you even dream about work. At first, it feels like dedication, but over time, it starts feeling like you never truly leave. So why can't your brain switch off? And why do some people become trapped in work, even when they desperately want a break? Let's explore the psychology behind a mind that never clocks out. 1. Your brain doesn't know when work ends. For most of history, work had a clear ending. People left the fields, closed the shop, walked home. Today, our phones carry work everywhere. One notification, one email, one Slack message, and suddenly, your brain believes you're back on the job, even if you're sitting on your couch. 2. Success can become your identity. For some people, work is simply something they do. For others, it becomes who they are. Achievements become self-worth. Productivity becomes confidence. Recognition becomes emotional security. Without realizing it, their identity becomes attached to performance. And when work feels uncertain, their sense of self does too. 3. The hidden fear of being found out. This is where something called impostor syndrome often appears. Despite evidence of success, many people secretly believe they aren't as capable as others think. Every compliment feels like luck. Every success feels temporary. Every mistake feels like proof they never belonged. So they work harder, not to become better, but to avoid being exposed. 4. Overworking feels like protection. From the outside, working late may look like ambition, but psychologically, it often serves another purpose. If I work harder, I won't disappoint anyone. I won't make mistakes. They'll see I deserve to be here. Overworking becomes emotional armor. The longer you stay, the safer you feel, even if you're slowly exhausting yourself. 5. Your brain never gets closure. Every unfinished task creates something psychologists call an open loop. Your brain remembers incomplete work remarkably well. It's constantly asking, did you forget something? What still needs to be done? The more unfinished tasks accumulate, the harder it becomes to mentally disconnect. 6. Chronic stress keeps the alarm on. Stress changes how the brain allocates attention. Instead of relaxing, your nervous system keeps scanning for problems, even during dinner, even on weekends, even while trying to sleep. The body is resting, but the brain is still searching for danger. 7. Rest begins to feel uncomfortable. Here's one of the strangest effects of chronic overwork. Doing nothing starts feeling wrong. You finally have free time, but instead of relaxing, you feel guilty, lazy, unproductive. Your brain has become so accustomed to constant activity that stillness begins to feel unfamiliar. 8. Dreams about work aren't random. Dreaming about work doesn't necessarily mean you love your job. Often, it's the opposite. Dreams help the brain process unfinished emotional experiences. When work dominates your thoughts all day, it's more likely to appear at night too. Your sleeping brain is still trying to organize what your waking brain couldn't resolve. 9. Your worth is bigger than your performance. One of the biggest traps of impostor syndrome is believing your value depends entirely on your achievements. But no amount of success permanently removes self-doubt. Because the real problem isn't competence. It's the belief that you must constantly prove it. The finish line keeps moving, and no accomplishment ever feels like enough. 10. Recovery requires more than time off. Many people think, I just need a vacation. But if your mindset doesn't change, your brain simply takes work with it. Real recovery isn't just leaving the office. It's teaching your nervous system that not every moment has to be productive. That rest isn't something you earn. It's something your brain requires. 11. Learn to close the day. One of the healthiest habits isn't working less. It's ending work intentionally. Write tomorrow's priorities. Close every tab. Turn off notifications. Tell yourself, today's work is finished. These small rituals help your brain recognize that the threat has ended. Without that signal, it keeps searching for unfinished business. 12. You deserve a life outside work. Your career matters. Growth matters. Doing meaningful work matters. But so do friendships, family, hobbies, quiet mornings, long walks, laughter that has nothing to do with deadlines. Success becomes much harder to enjoy when work is the only place where life exists. If work has been following you home, into your evenings, your weekends, and even your dreams, don't assume you're simply driven. Sometimes, your brain has become trapped in a cycle of constant vigilance. The good news is that cycles can be broken, not by caring less, but by remembering something many high achievers forget. Your job is something you do. It is not the measure of who you are. Because at the end of the day, the most successful life isn't the one that contains the most work. It's the one that still has room for everything else.